been 15 or longer years since I got left home.
Foundational forces that launched professional wrestling to a new level a generation ago.
Before the lights dim and the first beat drops, this is more than just a tribute. It's a farewell from one warrior to another. Roman Reigns stands not just as a champion of today, but as a student of the legends who paved the way. Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestler. He was a force, a movement, a heartbeat in the soul of wrestling. Rest in Peace Hulkamania is a powerful homage, raw, real, and straight from the heart. Through music and memory, Roman honors the man who inspired millions to believe, fight, and never give up. This is for the icon, the brother, the immortal. The legacy lives on. Hulkamania forever. Witnessing the journey. I watched you rise, not just in the physical sense, but in a way that only a few are fortunate enough to witness. I saw you stand tall, with an unyielding power swelling in your heart and pride clenched tightly in your hands. This was more than the strength of muscle and bone. It was the strength of spirit, the kind of spirit that refuses to bow, refuses to break, no matter how fierce the storm or how heavy the rain. You were never just a fighter in the ring. You were more than the battles, the bruises, the slams that echoed through packed arenas. You were a symbol of hope, a beacon for those chasing dreams that seemed as distant and elusive as the stars themselves. The red and yellow of your colors weren't just fabric. They were flames blazing against the dark sky, lighting up the night with every move, every roar, every victory. I remember how the crowd would erupt at the sight of you, how your energy spread like wildfire, how your presence commanded the stage. You showed the world what it truly means to try, to push beyond pain, to stand back up even when your body screamed in protest. Every slam you delivered wasn't just a move, it was a declaration. Every roar wasn't just noise, it was a call to arms for anyone who needed proof that strength is born in the struggle. The spirit of WrestleMania. A legacy beyond the ring. WrestleMania wasn't just another event on the calendar for you. It was something sacred. It was the very ground where legends were born, where dreams met reality amid sweat, pain, and triumph. Every time you stepped into that arena, it wasn't just about the match. It was about history being written, not just with your fists or your strength, but with the heart and soul you poured into every moment. WrestleMania never dies, you'd say with a grin, and you were right, because your spirit, that unbreakable spark, lives on in every person who ever saw you fight, whoever felt their own courage ignite watching you stand tall against all odds. You were more than a wrestler. You were the storm, fierce, unpredictable, shaking the very foundation of the sport. You were the flame, steady, burning bright, lighting a path for countless others who needed hope when the world seemed too dark. Millions remember your name, but not just because of what you did in the ring. They remember the man behind the mask, the brother, the hero who stood as a guiding light in times of uncertainty and doubt. The pain we feel now, the ache in our hearts runs deep. It cuts through the soul. But no matter how heavy it feels, it can never dim what you built. Your legacy isn't just a memory frozen in time. It's alive. It's a fire we carry with us every day, in every battle, every challenge we face. A warrior's heart, blood, sweat, and honor. You bled for honor, fought for pride, and gave absolutely everything. No holding back, no second guessing. There was an honesty in your eyes, a rawness that showed the truth of your journey. You weren't just a performer. You were a warrior whose strength came not only from muscle, but from an unshakable spirit. I remember the crowd rising with every beat of the drums that announced your arrival, with every thunderous step you took on that canvas. It wasn't just noise. It was a roar of admiration, respect, and love for the man who brought the thunder with every move. You were a force of nature, and even standing here now, where giants have fallen, I find myself whispering words I never imagined I'd say. I wish, if only for one more time, to hear the crowd cheer your name, to feel the electricity of your presence one more match. But the silence now is deafening. The arena is empty, the cheers have faded, and all that remains are echoes. Echoes of a past that shaped so many lives, a haunting reminder of what was and what will never be again. The power of Hulkamania. Hulkamania was never just a slogan or a catchy phrase. It was a movement, a living, breathing force that extended far beyond wrestling rings. It reached into the hearts of everyday people, children dreaming of greatness, adults searching for inspiration, and anyone who needed a reason to keep fighting. Hulkamania never dies because it exists in the fire of determination that burns inside each of us. It's the belief that no matter how hard life gets, we can rise again. You were the storm that shook the foundations of wrestling, the flame that sparked hope in countless souls. Your name, brother, is more than just a moniker. It's a symbol of everything a true hero represents. You didn't fight only for yourself. You fought for every single person who ever believed the impossible was possible. The grief we carry isn't just sadness. It's the weight of losing a giant, a mentor, a shining star who guided us through the darkest nights. Lessons beyond the ring, a life well lived, Hulk. Hogan's story wasn't just about the bright lights or the roaring crowds. It was about something deeper, something more real. Behind the flashy persona, behind the legendary matches and unforgettable catchphrases, there was a man who understood what it truly meant to be strong. Not just physically, but in spirit. He prayed when life knocked him down, reaching for strength beyond muscle and fame. He took his vitamins, prepared himself like a soldier ready for battle. But the most important battles were the ones fought inside. Real strength, Hogan showed us, starts from within. It's about heart, resilience, and a belief in yourself that no one can take away. More than lifting weights or winning titles, Hulk Hogan lifted spirits. He gave hope to those who felt lost, inspired dreams in people who had none. His strength wasn't just steel, it was warmth, compassion, and a fire that refused to go out. That fire encouraged millions to believe they could stand tall even when the world seemed against them. And through it all, Hogan stayed true. Fame could have changed him, but it never did. At his core, he was a guy from a small town with a big dream, and he never forgot that. His journey from humble beginnings to global icon is a testament to perseverance, grit, and authenticity. He taught us that no matter where you start, it's your heart and your values that shape who you become. The unbroken spirit, camaraderie, and wild freedom. Even now, when the cameras stop rolling, his legacy shines brighter than ever. Those moments of joy, tears, and fierce battles, they weren't just performances. They were pieces of a man's soul laid bare for the world to see. Hogan was the truth behind the pain, the sunlight after the storm. He showed us that life's fights don't always happen in the ring. Sometimes they happen in quiet moments of struggle when no one is watching. But it's those fights that define us, the ones where we keep going, keep believing, and keep rising. Rest now, champ. Your fight here may be over, but your story isn't finished. In our hearts, you've only just begun. We hold on to your spirit like a flame, one that never dims, never fades. You're our guiding light, our forever hero. We'll meet again someday beyond this life, in a place where heroes gather and legends never die. Until then, we carry you with us. You taught us all that no matter how hard life hits, we rise. That's the legacy you left. Hope, courage, and the power to keep going when it feels impossible. Farewell to a brother in eternal flame. We'll miss you, Hulk Hogan, forever strong, forever immortal. But to us, you were always more than just a legend in the ring. You were a brother, a friend, a larger-than-life spirit whose presence could light up any arena and lift any heart. You gave us more than entertainment. You gave us hope. The lessons you shared weren't just about wrestling. They were about standing tall, staying true, and never backing down no matter how hard life hits. You were bigger than the fame, bigger than the spotlight. You were a symbol of resilience, a beacon of heart and courage for those who needed someone to believe in. Your name is etched into the soul of pop culture, and more importantly, into the lives of the millions you inspired. Brother, thank you for the strength, the laughs, the lessons, and the legacy. You showed us how to fight, how to lead with heart, and how to live with passion. The flame you lit in this world still burns bright in all of us. We carry it forward every day. Hulkamania never dies, and neither does the love we have for you. Rest easy, champ. You've more than earned it. Behind the scenes, the man beyond the myth, before the roar of the crowd, before the bright lights and flashing cameras, there was just a young man with a dream. A dream that wasn't flashy or easy. It was built on determination, discipline, and an unshakable belief that no matter what life threw his way, he could rise above it. He came from humble beginnings, a world that didn't always understand him or where he was headed, but he learned early on what it meant to work hard and never quit. That young man faced struggles that the spotlight never revealed. There were setbacks, moments of deep doubt, and sacrifices he kept to himself. The injuries, the late nights, the times he pushed through pain and exhaustion, all those things the public rarely saw. But it was that pain, those battles outside the ring, that made every triumph inside it so much more meaningful. Hulk Hogan wasn't born a legend. He was made through grit and sheer will. The journey to becoming the icon we remember was paved with relentless training, long hours, and a refusal to accept limits. Every match wasn't just a contest with an opponent. It was a fight against his own doubts and fears. He pushed himself harder than anyone thought possible, setting a standard not just for wrestling, but for life itself. The making of a legend. The story of Hulkamania isn't just about a wrestling persona. It's the story of a man who connected with people on a level far deeper than muscle and moves. His charisma was magnetic. His energy was electric. He made every fan feel like they were part of something bigger, a movement, a community, a family. His catchphrases became more than just words. "What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" was a call to stand strong in the face of fear and doubt. It was an invitation to embrace your own power, to find that inner warrior that lives in every one of us. He inspired generations to believe in themselves, to fight harder, and to never give up. Beyond the ring, Hogan became a cultural icon, a symbol of resilience and hope. His influence stretched far beyond wrestling, reaching into music, movies, and the everyday lives of millions. Whether you were a wrestling fan or not, there was something about him that spoke to the human spirit. That larger-than-life personality and relentless positivity made him someone people looked up to, someone they rooted for. The impact on wrestling and pop culture. Hulk Hogan's impact on wrestling and pop culture can't be overstated. He took wrestling from a niche sport to a global spectacle. His signature moves, his unforgettable promos, and his undeniable presence turned wrestling into storytelling at its finest. A drama full of heroes, villains, and unforgettable moments. He changed the game. He made wrestling feel like a shared experience, a spectacle that brought people together. His battles weren't just about winning a match. They were about hope, courage, and the triumph of the human spirit. The world remembers his iconic yellow and red, his mustache, his bandanas, and his larger-than-life persona. But more than that, we remember the way he made us feel. Invincible, inspired, ready to face whatever came our way. His influence is woven into the very fabric of pop culture, from music videos to movies, and the countless wrestlers who followed in his footsteps. Final thoughts. Carrying the torch forward. Losing someone as monumental as Hulk Hogan leaves a void that feels impossible to fill. The pain is real and raw. It's the kind of grief that echoes in the hearts of those who loved him, who cheered for him, who found strength in his story. But even in loss, there is something powerful to hold on to: his legacy. His story is bigger than wrestling. It's about courage, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. It's about fighting through pain and doubt, about staying true to yourself no matter what. It's about the friendships, the laughter, and the moments of wild freedom that make life worth living. We carry him forward in every challenge we face. Every time we feel knocked down but find the strength to rise, that's Hulkamania running wild in our hearts. His flame burns bright, a beacon of hope and strength for all of us who still believe. Rest in power, brother. Your fight here may be done, but your story is far from over. You live on in the memories, in the stories, and most importantly, in the spirit of every person who dares to dream big and fight harder. Thank you for the laughs, the lessons, and the inspiration. Thank you for showing us that real strength is more than muscle, it's heart. You are a legend, a brother, and a forever hero.